Hello, thank you. Good evening, everybody. I'm a recovering Catholic. It's a one-step program. Step one, the denial of hypocrisy. You're done. Yeah. When I was a kid, I used to go to Sunday church with my parents, and back then they said all the services in Latin. Now, how boring is this for a small child? You can't understand a word they're saying. It's like all mumbo jumbo. So I used to play games to get through the boredom. I used to do this stuff I called yawn theory. I used to yawn and you'd go, fake yawn, go. See if I can get other people to yawn. Well, it works. It's great. I could get all these people yawning, like half the congregation. It was like a mass yawn-gasm. It was really good. When I got bored with that, I would stare at the light in the ceiling. I'd just stare at it really hard. Burn that image right on my retina. Get that burned on there real good. And then I'd watch the bouncing ball of fire all over the altar. Look, the priest has a big ball of fire on his face. That's what I used to do. So yeah, it was like kind of like being on acid as a kid. Well, of course, I didn't find that out until later. I'm like, wow, that was even better than I thought. My kids are all into this zombie apocalypse stuff. You know, they watch zombie movies, they play zombie video games, and they talk to their friends on Facebook about zombies. They're all on the cell phone, they're tweeting, they're texting back and forth about zombies. What they don't realize is the zombie apocalypse has already happened, and they are the zombies. I always had really long hair. And at one point I cut it all off. My daughter was like 11. And I cut it off and I looked myself in the mirror and I went, oh my God, look, there's an insurance salesman. I don't need insurance. And I walk out and my daughter goes, Dad, you look like a perv. What a twisted world I've created. Long hairs are normal. And insurance agents are perverts. That's wonderful. I'm a tea drinker. Anybody else a tea drinker? I drink black tea, regular tea. You know, you'll go to a restaurant, you'll have a good dinner, and after somebody, the waitress will come along and say, "Would you like coffee or tea after dinner?" I'd like a cup of tea. And she says, "Well, we have lemon lift and strawberry surprise and peach singer." And I'm like, there's no tea in that. That's like twigs and leaves, right? It shouldn't even be called tea. It should be called hot herbal crap because it has no tea in it. You know, I have a cough drinkers coming to my house. I don't have coffee in my house. I have tea, and they'll reluctantly accept a cup of tea. So and then they'll just take that bag and they'll soak it until the water is cold. And then they'll pull it out and they'll put it on a spoon and they'll wrap the string around it and they'll squeeze the living piss out of that thing. Get every drop. I expect one of them one day just to pick that thing up and put it between cheek and gum and just char away on that damn thing. Being a guitar player, I love guitar players. I went recently to the State Theater to see Joe Satriani, who's just amazing. The guy was amazing. And he had a great band. He had this other guitar player with him who was just as amazing as he was. They were both wonderful, and they do this harmony lead stuff really fast. Every guitar player in town was there. You'll never see that many guitar players in one spot outside of a prison. So it was great. But the other guy that was with him, he was kind of this old guy. He had a white beard and white hair. He was kind of portly, And I was like, I thought that was really great. I mean, here's old guy up there rocking. And I was out there going, all right, old guy rocks, old guy rocks. And so I got home, I Googled him. The fucker's 2 years younger than me. When did I get to be old guy? I went from hiding pot from my parents to hiding it from my kids. Now I'm taking care of my parents and my kids. And I've got wrinkles and zits. It's a tragic time of life. So I played guitar in many bands over many years, and At one point when I moved up here to Maine, we had an agent that put us in a bar up in Jay, Maine, which was very interesting, where flip-flops are high fashion and teeth are optional. It was really quite an experience. Let me get out my beer-soaked paintbrush and paint you a picture. Walk into this place, it's dark as night, right? It smells, reeks like beer. Somebody put $5 in a jukebox and played Joan Jett, I Love Rock and Roll over and over and over again. After about the third time through, I was ready to strangle somebody with a guitar string. So I took a bathroom break. And this is no shit. This is real. I went to the bathroom. There's a sign in the bathroom that says, anybody caught on the premises doing cocaine will be barred for life. And I'm thinking, what about incarceration? Is the worst thing you can do to these people is tell them they can't go to the bar anymore? No, I won't do cocaine. I will be banned from the bar. So as the evening progressed, we found out that there was a guy there. His name was Mark, and they wanted us to do something for his birthday. So we used to do this thing where we'd sing happy birthday to him like Bill Murray used to, his character Nick Rales. You know, happy birthday to you. Get out of here, we love you. And everybody gets a great laugh out of this thing, and it was a lot of fun. And afterwards, the guy, he comes up to me, we're breaking down, and he was drunk the whole night. And he says, I just want to tell you, I want to thank you. That was really great. I'm like, well, thanks, man. I appreciate you coming up and saying so. He goes, that was humor, right? I said, yeah. He says, I like humor. I said, yeah, you know, it kind of makes me laugh. He goes, I know what you mean. So I played all over the place. I played in Montana for like 3 years, and my bass player out there, he's born and raised in Livingston, Montana. And we used to have a Friday, Saturday night in Big Timber. And they put us up in the band room. And, Friday night we drank a lot. We wake up and we're really hungover. And Bob looks over at me and he says, I feel like a bag full of assholes with the pretty ones picked out. And I'm thinking about the poor guy that had to pick the pretty ones out. I mean, you put on rubber gloves or use chopsticks. And how can you tell? They're all pretty fucking ugly to me. It's just bizarre. So, now that we're on the subject of blowjobs, after my divorce, I was in my 40s, I started internet dating, and I dated quite a bit, dated for like 3 years, and I was telling my friend Coop one night, it amazed me that women can get to be over 40 years old and not know how to give a decent blowjob. And Coop looks at me and goes, I've been married for 17 years. In my book, any blowjob's a good blowjob. You know, if the lips are touching it, it's all bonus from there. You know? So I ran into my friend John Fontana the other day. He just got married. He went on his honeymoon. He came back. He says, you would not believe. He says, on my honeymoon, I got the best blowjob I ever got in my whole life. You know what his bride was telling people? I just gave the last blowjob I ever had to in my whole life.